Disaster at Christmas. Pan Am 103 never makes it home.
With Peter Jennings.
Good evening. The simple facts are these. Pan Am's Flight 103 had been in the air for an hour. The 747 was en route from London to New York and then Detroit. According to Pan American, there were more than 240 passengers on board and a crew of 15. It was after dark. For reasons we do not yet understand, the plane with 50,000 gallons of fuel on board plunged into a small Scottish market town. Pan American is not aware that any of the passengers or crew has survived. Our first report is from ABC's Barry Dunsmore.
The first pictures from the scene show strings of houses on fire. Eyewitnesses say the plane hit a gas station and several houses. Others talked of a rumbling and then a terrible explosion.
Dozens of houses are burning, and the fire brigade are being hampered in their attempts to put out the fires by the risk of a further explosion from the petrol station, which the Pan Am Jumbo hit as it crashed into the town.
Rescue services have taken a dozen people to an area hospital. They are believed to be local people suffering from burns. There is no word, but little hope for the passengers.
There's very little hope, I would have thought, for anybody who was in that plane. When it did come to earth, as people have described locally, with an enormous flash of flame, it hit very hard.
Pan Am Flight 103 originated in Frankfurt, West Germany. There was a plane change to the 747 in London. 54 minutes after the plane took off, flying at 31,000 feet, it disappeared from radar screens in Scotland. Shortly after, it was seen crashing into the Scottish town of Lockerbie, near Scotland's border with England. In New York, a Pan Am spokesman said there was no contact with the aircraft before it crashed.
As I said, there was no prior indication that there were any problems with the aircraft. There was no contact prior, any Mayday signals. The aircraft had made normal contact with the control center.
More than a dozen rescue helicopters have been dispatched to the area, while the main highway between Scotland and England has been closed. The town center of Lockerbie is littered with debris. And it's also understood that the cockpit of the plane hit another town about 6 miles away.